A few years ago, I uploaded a video about Mount Desert Island, home to Acadia National Park, located in the Downeast region of Maine. The coastal section of Maine's rugged coast, with many rocky nooks and crannies, and forests of primarily coniferous trees. Today, we return to the topic of Downeast, Maine, and explore a bit more of its more overlooked and quiet spaces. The scraping forests which carved and exposed much of the rocky coast has left its tracks. These outcroppings have many crevices and ridges which form diverse, lively tide pools within the intertidal zone. Beyond the intertidal zone, higher up the shore, soils and sediments accumulate within certain cracks and dips of the rocks. Found growing here are hardy plants like the non-native rugosa rose, the succulent salty glassworts, and bindweeds. Firs, pines, spruce and tamaracks hug the coast, forming conifer-dominant maritime forests. Some of the sharp, jutting peninsulas, which are characteristic of the Downeast coast, have thinner soils which expose bedrock here and there. Growing on these soils are a variety of reindeer lichen and other mosses, as well as a multitude of lichens. Other well-growing plants in these forests by the sea include the Canada bunchberry, Hobush blueberry, lingonberry, and crowberry, all of which have edible berries, as well as northern starflowers, side peas, sheep laurel, which can also be seen growing as a shrub. Other shrubs here include maples, serviceberries, blueberries, huckleberries, ferns, and small trees like alders and birches. The tallest trees in these tranquil stretches of woods include the balsam fir, tamarack, white cedar, pitch and white pine, red, white, and black spruces. On some stretches of the coast, some coves are home to cobble beaches, which are exposed enough to wash away fine sediments like sand, but still calm enough to let the stones to stay put, slowly being smoothed and weathered by the persistent waves and tides. Rock lines along these cobble beaches are host to a surprising hidden world full of sandhoppers and stone spiders. Where streams flow out into the back bays and narrows, finer sediments build up, providing a home for grasses, which form salt marshes. Saltmarsh cordgrass, salt meadow rush, spike grass, and black grass flourish in this transitional zone. Along the quieter, secluded coast, birdlife abounds. From gulls and sandpipers to egrets and herons to ducks and hawks, songbirds and more, the cold, rich waters and diverse vegetation provide many a fowl adequate shelter and provisions. Firs, spruces, and pines predominate the inner forest, followed by birch. The forest floor is more sparsely vegetated here, with Canada bunchberry populating a lot of it, with some northern starflower here and there. Canada mayflowers dot the needle and the leaf litter. Lichens ornately crown the trunks of certain individuals. There are moist parts of the forest within, whose boggy ground is carpeted by sphagnum moss. The apparition of ghost pipes stand here, parasitizing off of nearby roots. White cedar, hemlock, and some firs are more prevalent in these wider parts of the woods. The quiet ponds within this region can be home to mammals like beavers, muskrat, and mink, as well as birds like loons, mergansers, and herons. In forest clearings scattered across the land, blueberries, sweet ferns, and true ferns abound. Here it is easy to spot animals like deer grazing in the open. Within the numerous bays, narrows, and coves of the rugged Downeast coast can be found a multitude of islands of various sizes. The largest of these, Mount Desert Island, whose varied topography and hydrology make it home to an interesting density of habitats. The smaller ones that are little more than exposed bedrock sticking of the waves, which provide refuge to seabirds like cormorants and puffins, as well as seals.